Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to InfoSec Girls next sessions. And today we have Foram Shah, who will be talking about insights on solar winds attack. And this is really an amazing topic and a very, recent topic that I would say. And people are actually discussing about it a lot. So over to you, Foram, and let's get started.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. A very good evening to one and all who is in overseas. First of all, I want to thank Vandana Varma to giving me this wonderful opportunity. So, Solar Wind Hack remind me of a code that it says like um, it builds 20 years to create a reputation, but only one cybercrime to ruin it. So it is estimated that cyber losses will surpass trillions dollars annually or twice the IT spending worldwide. Let me repeat that. The cyber losses will surpass $1 trillion annually or twice the IT spending worldwide. Yeah, it is something to really think about, right? Yeah. The SolarWinds attack. Let's divide it into two parts. The SolarWinds. What is SolarWinds? Is an American company or a Texas-based company who is distributing their developed applications to their clients, which manages IT infrastructure systems and networks. So yeah, and hacking. Who all are not aware of hacking? Only awareness is the key, right? Yeah, that we'll see later on. So hacking is like unauthorized access to the data of your system. Yeah. So this is the purpose of my presentation. What is the SolarWinds hack? Cyber attack trends, supply chain attack, examples, what exactly happened, and some prevention steps. So it is a fifth generation attack, which is multi-vector attack and a sophisticated attack, which led to the characteristics of the cyber pandemic. Yeah, it is a very severe attack, which is ever seen in the history of the cyber attack. Now, the backdoor into the SolarWinds software updates. Now, what is the SolarWinds actually was a backdoor attack. Backdoor and front end. It's like, backdoor is no user involvement in the attack, whereas front door is user involvement. It's like, you are sleeping and thief comes in. You're not aware of it. So no user involvement. And the front door is like one who keeps the door open accidentally to enter to let the thief come in. So backdoor attack was somewhat like that. Cyber attacks trends. First trend is going on is the software supply chain attack. Now, what is software supply chain attack? It's a huge term to really think of, So it is like installs malicious code into the legitimate software by modifying and infecting one of the building blocks of the software that really your company relies upon. So, evasive phishing cyber attack. It is one of the most popular cyber attack of the history, and it is like it contains in your emails when you click on. Suppose it says some link and you click on it, and all the malicious attachment gets into your system. So this is like phishing attack is somewhat like that. Cloud centered attack. Data is on the cloud. Now, what is cloud? Cloud is somewhere where your data resides at. You can access it from anywhere, any point of time. So it is like misconfiguration and a poor management of cloud resources remain the most prominent threat to the cloud ecosystem. mobile device attack. It's in correlation to the growing use of banks' mobile application, malware capable of stealing payment data and funds from the victim's bank account have become very common threat too. So these are some of the popular cyber attack strengths. Uh, Going into the more detailed supply chain attack, why I'm discussing all this? Because it example of supply chain attack is itself a SolarWinds hack, which is obviously my topic. Yeah. So as mentioned earlier, supply chain attack occurs when a malicious actor gains access to an organized system through malware installed on the software of a trusted third-party partner or provider. There is emerging kind of attack. A hacker targets software developers and suppliers seeking access to software build codes and mechanisms. Now, here the goal is to infect legitimate application to distribute malwares. They hunt for unsecure network protocols, unprotected server infrastructures, and unsafe coding practices. They break in, change source code, and hide malware in build and update processes. Now here, the software is built and released by the trusted vendors. These applications and updates are signed and certified. In software supply chain attack, vendors are likely unaware of what happens. They download the code and they are totally unaware of that. And their application and updates are infected with malicious code when they are released to public. Now it's like you are running an organization, a very huge organization, and you develop a popular software which everyone uses. Yeah, and you name it as Orion, and you distribute it. Attacker targets your unsecure system and modifies your code and distributes, infects the malware inside it and distributes to all the clients. Now the client is unaware that your code is infected. You download the software and it and your system gets into a malware zone. Boom. Yeah. So this is what exactly happened. So Orion was a software like network management system developed by SolarWinds, and the question is, who uses SolarWinds? Oh no, the question is, who doesn't uses the SolarWinds? It's everywhere. Yeah. So the malicious code were deployed, and the FireEye, who is the cybersecurity firm, actually discovered. Now, when was it discovered? It was on December 13, 2020, and someone broke the news, and it was in the news. Major companies were affected by this attack. Cisco, Intel, NVIDIA, Belkin, and VMware computers were affected by the malwares. SolarWinds stated fewer than 18,000 companies were affected. It has been investigated that companies like Microsoft and Cisco were paid to get attention, which was primary target at the SolarWinds breach. While no one was talking about the 18,000 companies who were affected. Now, what are the prevention steps? Maintain highly secure build and update infrastructure. This is the most important thing, So you build your secured network infrastructure in that way that nowhere is able to hack or can get into your system. Build secure software updates as a part of SDLC, that's Secure Development Lifecycle. And it's like you pass a digital signature to verify and get all the software updates secured. Take small security steps. Companies should be isolated to make inner security strong. Follow best security practices, get highly aware of security rules and regulations, and obviously use the firewall to prevent communication between them. Now, to access and understand your suppliers network, yes, you have to keep track of your suppliers network. Conduct security inspections. Here involves some steps like update antivirus and keep up to date. Alter file permissions, avoid unnecessary software installations, and it's many more, So engage in defensive measures, develop an incident response, and disclose supply chain attacks. So the one thing here was that the company who gets compromised, they usually don't disclose themselves. So the best advice would be to disclose and communicate with vendors, developers, and customers. This is the main solution. And last but not the least, stay vigilant. Just wait and watch. Yeah. So finally, it is investigated that this attack will continue in the future. There are hardly any prevention methods released to protect against this attack. It's entirely possible that the US government has undergone and is still undergoing the harshest, most potentially devastating cyber breach in the short history of digital information. Customers compromise their system by following standard best practices, downloading and installing updates and patches based on their vendors' recommendations, which highlights the unacceptably high security risks associated with the software. This proves that although your network is strong, you can't be always sure about your network. It may be get hit by an attack. As it said, is an ongoing debate, and we expect any updates in the coming dates. So, this is it about the SolarWinds attack. And yeah, as I said, awareness is the key to all the problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Forum. That was an amazing session, such an insightful session. And we'll see if, I don't know, if they have any questions. Okay, there will be no questions. And this was amazing. Thank you so much for this session. We really learned a lot. Like, I really had no idea about what had actually happened, and I'm quite clear right now. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and see you all in the next session.